So at the time of recording this episode, I think I'm battling some sort of food poisoning or some sort of allergic reaction, and I feel like crap. And I felt like crap for the past couple of days. I'm rounding the bend. Thanks for your concern. But I thought for today's Phil Collins song review, because I'm feeling like garbage, I thought I would pick my least favorite Phil Collins song. That way you don't miss out on me exclaiming my love for one of my favorite songs. So today we're going to go to the very, very bottom and we're going to find my least favorite Phil Collins song. And I'll tell you, we're talking about Separate Lives. You know that. You clicked on the thumbnail. But there's a lot of good things about Separate Lives. A lot of good things. I would say one of the negative things, and let's talk about the timeline for a second, because this came out in the fall of 85. And in January of 85 is when No Jacket Required came out. And just before, the year before that is when we had Easy Lover. And I think Against All Odds was around that time as well. And the year after this song would be the year of Invisible Touch and then Buster. So as you can see, this song is smack dab in the middle of the Phil Collins ubiquitous era, which is one of the things he gets criticism for. The fact that he was doing soundtracks, he was doing collaborations like with Philip Bailey and doing so well with them. Then he had a solo career, which did so well, and then followed it up with a Genesis album, which did so well, and then another soundtrack. It's just crazy, the crazy string of luck that he had. I mean, it's not luck. We know it's not luck. And obviously when an artist is super popular, they have this like golden window for anywhere between like 1 year to 10 years. For Phil, it probably lasted from No Jacket all the way up to But Seriously. So because this was a hit, we get to hear it at every Phil Collins show from the But Serious tour all the way to, I think he probably still played it in the 2016, 2017, 2018 era. I've talked about before, when a song is not my favorite song, I can't complain about it that he plays it live, because there were probably a lot of romantic teenagers from the 80s who this was their song. They would put it on the jukebox or skate around the couple skate arena, or they walk down the aisle to this song. So I understand why he plays it live, because it was a number one hit. It was number one. That's amazing. That's up there with Easy Lover. No. Easy Lover was number 2. Against All Odds, A Groovy Kind of Love. Sorry, this gets a little bit blurry. Here's why I don't love this song. Remember, okay, so it's a song from White Nights. It actually wasn't written by Phil. It's a duet with Marilyn Martin. There's a beautiful picture of Marilyn and Phil together maybe 10 years ago, which is really cute. This was just obviously one of those ways to give some celebrity credibility to a movie. I honestly didn't grab the book and get the backstory on how he was involved in this. I know this was in the book. This was in that section where Phil is basically saying yes to everything. Of course, that comes with a cost, but he's getting all these great opportunities, and being able to sing a song by Stephen Bishop is a huge opportunity. And so he was game for that. And then look what it got, another number one. I think this one actually didn't get nominated for an Oscar or for a Golden Globe, which I think he was upset about. I think he kind of thought it deserved one. And I mean, he had been kind of battling, right? I mean, Against All Odds, he lost, wasn't nominated for this one. He was nominated for Two Hearts, didn't win. So it wasn't until Tarzan when he finally won an Oscar, even though he was doing so many soundtrack songs. So I think he was a little bit peeved that this song would be number one, sell millions of copies, be massive in his career for the rest of his life, but it didn't get an Oscar nomination. I don't really know how the best song thing works. In my era, it's like I mean, in the past like 10, 15 years, it's been like Pixar wins it every time. Whoever writes like the cute Pixar song, but I don't really care about that award, but I'm sure it's meaningful. Oh, I'm just seeing on Wikipedia here that Stephen Bishop recorded his own version of this song, and it actually got nominated for an Oscar the year after. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't grab the book, and I didn't really get the background on how he got involved with White Nights. Just leave it in the comments if there's the background on how he got involved in this song. I'll tell you why I don't love it. I don't love it because it's dead slow, super, super slow. And talking mostly the intro, right? There's no percussion. There's barely any instrumentation. It's a slog. It's just super, super sluggish. Listen, if you've been watching this channel for the better part of a year, thank you, then you know what I gravitate towards. I gravitate to exciting, something happened on the way to heaven, or emotional, You'll Be in My Heart, or Son of Man, or Find a Way to My Heart, or Can't Stop Loving You. I gravitate to the mid-tempo songs like Every Day, or the really interesting songs like In the Air Tonight, Thunder and Lightning, and Don't Let Them Steal Your Heart Away. So to me, this is not interesting. It's not exciting. But it's one of those classic 80s ballads. We did an episode about 80s ballads not too long ago. You can go watch that. But it meets that criteria of just slow, massive choruses where the vocalists trade off. They sing harmonies on the choruses. The post-chorus is like one singer, and then it's a call and answer thing. It's like a super melodramatic version of Baby It's Cold Outside. Here's what I will say about this song. And I have been saying negative things, and I apologize if this was your wedding song. But here's what I will say. The lyrics are fantastic. The concept of the song is so fantastic. And that hook, you have no right to ask me how I feel. From now, we'll go on living separate lives. I mean, just that idea of like someone breaking up with someone and then still kind of like pretending to care about them and trying to talk to them. And so it's kind of like, listen, this is like, if leaving me is easy, then coming back is harder, right? Same concept. So I think the lyrics are really good. Even just the song title, Separate Lives, is really good. I've also never been a fan of some of these songs like this one and Easy Lover being a live staple for so many years, so many decades, but not having like the original duet. You know, not to say anything against Amy Keys, that was always fun to watch. Or, you know, McCullough with in place of Philip Bailey. But, you know, to me, it's like when you do this iconic duet that goes to number one or goes to number two, I feel like it should be like cemented as like, we're not going to replicate that duet, you know, especially if he had done it with like, say, a massive superstar like Celine Dion, then it's kind of like, just leave that for the record. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's just my opinion. I want to ask you, if you have any stories about Separate Lives and how this song is meaningful to you, let me know. If you know more of the background of it, I would love to know. Please let me know. If you hate this song, if you really don't like this song, if you're kind of on my side here, I want to know that as well, because I want to make sure I'm not crazy. Just let me know your thoughts on Separate Lives. And again, I will say this, a bad Phil Collins song is still in my like top 100 songs of all time. So, you know, I've been collecting 12-inch vinyl, 12-inch singles, and I come across the White Nights soundtrack quite a bit, but I've only come across the 12-inch single of this. I don't really want the full soundtrack. Maybe I'll grab it for like 99 cents one day, but I've been looking for the 12-inch single of this. I saw it in a store one day in one of my videos, but it was completely damaged. But anyway, I'm still looking out for that. Anyway, thanks for watching.